Hey, everybody. Stu Smith and Jim Edwards here.
Did you almost forget my last name?
Another podcast. I always call you Jim. I was like, what's the last name? Oh, yeah. No. Stu Smith, Jim Edwards here with another podcast, Sales Copy Content Marketing Hacks podcast. And Baby Yoda here is with me. I didn't know Baby Yoda had a mustache.
What's up, Stu? I'm Baby Yoda. And since I never speak on the Mandalorian, look, there's my sidekick behind me. What? Nobody knows what I sound like. Yeah, I'm going to have a deep voice later.
So, anyway, we're going a little bit stir crazy here. But
yes.
We actually have a good show for you. We're going to call it Speed Dating with Baby Yoda.
I don't know what you must be seeing.
Maybe just be speed dating with Jim.
You're seeing stuff.
All right, so this podcast number 67, Jim.
Cool. Woo, woo.
All right, so this is one of my favorites. We get a lot of questions that come in, and I am going to basically ask them to Jim, and Jim's going to answer them.
It's like speed dating with Jim, but Stu doesn't want to call it that.
Speed dating with Jim. Yeah, that's the way we roll here. All right, so these came into the email there for you, Jim, and we could call this part funnel fix, part walkthrough. You know, however elaborate you want to get, Jim.
Okay.
We'll get there, or it could be a quick one sentence answer.
Okay.
Who knows? Are you ready?
I'm ready.
All right, let's do it.
No, actually, I'm not ready. I have a new phenomenon today.
Okay.
What's going on in the world? You're familiar with Had Head, right?
Yes.
Well, dude, I had to go to the grocery store this morning. I came home with mask face.
Oh.
I had the indentation of the mask all around and all over my face, and I was just really terrified that I would have mask face during the podcast today, but it wore off.
Yeah, you must have it way too tight.
I've been accused of being wound too tight in the past, dude.
All right. Are you ready? Let's do this.
I'm ready.
All right. So I want to send a copy of my book to my Dream 100 clients. I want to send a letter with this book. I was wondering if you have a script or help on how to write that letter for those special clients.
Okay, so the number one thing is, for those of you who don't know, your Dream 100 would be like your top 100 people that you want to target with somebody. So like, you know, my book, Copywriting Secrets, if I wanted affiliates to promote it, I would pick out the top 100 people that already have my ideal customers in their target audience. And I would send them a copy of my book. That's what we call Dream 100. So the big mistake that people would make is to send the same email to all the same people. And I know we see people doing that, but if you really want to get the great results, you should send a personalized letter to each one of them. So you can have a cool hook, and I would recommend using one of the hook scripts or hook wizards, title wizards, subject line wizard, the question wizards. Just a hook is what is the most important part in this entire process. And that hook could probably be the same or adapted for each one of them. But, you know, if you're looking for something that would be to give you a little template to run on, then probably inside of funnel scripts, the fast teaser and tweet script, I might start with that, but then I would customize the hell out of it for every single person I was going to be talking to.
I like that. What do you think about maybe the avatar wizard? Would that be something you would write? And maybe write a letter out of that, or maybe
I might use the avatar wizard to explain why my book was great for their target audience.
Got it.
So I would describe the avatar for the book and then say, hey, you know, Stu, can we help you? You know, Stu, can we help your spec ops candidates double their contract rate? And, you know, Stu, I'm pretty sure that this is your ideal customer. And then I would list off, you know, I would describe it would use the avatar wizard and describe that. And if so, I mean, but I wouldn't use the whole thing. I would use the highlights. And then I would say something like, well, you know, my new book selection secrets, details my experience in 20 years in special operations and being a
That's an
cadre
idea.
and this and that or the other, so that would be the transition type thing.
I like
So,
that.
I would try that.
Okay.
Full disclosure, that was just made up. I've never been in the military. And
Good answer. Good answer. Well, this one actually is a question about that. Somebody had noticed this veteran, Army veteran, a sapper himself, 20 years retired, asked about the Seance certificate you have on your wall behind you.
So that is actually my son-in-law was a combat engineer. He was over in Iraq. His company gave me that at their returning home ceremony. They also gave me the Minuteman Award and a challenge coin that was only for guys in the unit. That's a picture of me getting everything with John's commanding officer. But they gave me all that in appreciation for the support that we gave them for the entire year that they were deployed to Iraq. So that's why I have that stuff there. And then the other thing is my son-in-law is now a deputy sheriff with the next county over. And I like supporting the military and law enforcement. So we actually bought a bunch of assault rifles and other stuff that the sheriff department needed.
Nice.
And I'll buy a gun for a cop, man. And my wife and I were named Citizens of the Year for the county.
Nice.
That's the
scoop. Well, there you go. He was just curious about that because I'm
a huge supporter of our military, firefighters, law enforcement. And I just gravitate towards those types of folks, as you can tell, because I somehow persuaded Stu to be my friend after I stalked him 7 years ago to train me.
All right. So anyway, he has a question. Not only that, but he has a question. He's stuck on his sales page. I'm going through the scripts. I really want to pin things down. I'm trying to get a point across, but I feel like I'm missing the mark. I've redone it multiple times, but I feel like I keep getting off on a tangent. I'm not sure what you charge, but I'll pay for a quick strategy session, 10-minute funnel fix. I did ask him like what his website was, and he doesn't have it up. So we weren't able to really do a 10-minute funnel fix on this. So,
well, when you hear back from him, we can definitely do that.
Yeah.
So, but my number one thing that when people start running off on tangents is because they are talking about what their product or service or software or whatever is rather than what it does. And as soon as you start focusing on what it does, what's the result, what's the benefit, what's the payoff, then you can get a real solid focus for everything. Everything revolves around that. And I would encourage you, if you're feeling that way, go in and use the avatar wizard inside of the Jim Edwards Method Premium, inside of Funnel Scripts, inside of Traffic Secret Scripts. The other thing that will help you to get focused is to get really focused on your customer and what their desires and problems and pain points and roadblocks are. So
nice. All right, here's a good one. Insurance sales face-to-face meeting alternative. Okay, so this is kind of like what's going on right now. I'm in the insurance business and my primary clients are 65 and older. I used to use face-to-face seminars until this COVID-19, but I would like to see about the webinar seminar. I have gone through a little bit of the perfect webinar questions to build out my webinar. I'm finding it a little difficult completing the questions because on our seminar, we are selling really anything while we are doing the seminar. We're more interested in getting them to say yes for an appointment with us, which is kind of a sale, but not sure how the questions relate to what I'm doing. So, any advice for a different perspective on the webinar?
Right. So I would tell you that you're not selling financial services, insurance services on the webinar. You're selling people on meeting with you. And so what you have to do, the purpose of that webinar is to make them feel like they're not okay. They either don't have the right insurance, they don't have the right plan, or they're not sure if they have the right insurance, or they're not sure if they have the right plan. Do they need long-term care insurance? Can they still get life insurance? I mean, whatever it is. So really, you need to talk about problems and mistakes and things like that that people make at this age, whatever age that you're trying to hit them with, and then the solutions on the webinar, and then close them to an appointment. You close them to a Zoom appointment. I wouldn't even try and close them to an in-person, because that's not going to happen. So if you're going to meet somebody online, the cool thing is that you could, then you can literally develop the lead online, massage the lead into a one-on-one appointment, then do the one-on-one appointment through a Zoom meeting. But I wouldn't try and sell any financial services I would sell them on the need to have a review, on the need to have these particular questions answered, or these particular things looked at by a professional. And the way, like I said, the way you do that is by sowing doubt in their minds. Because right now they're thinking, we got this covered. We talked to somebody 20 years ago. We're good. And I'm going through that right now with a financial planner, a guy I've known for 30 years. I've known this guy, and or over 30 years, and we're doing everything via Zoom, but we're really re-examining every single thing that I'm doing. And I thought I had stuff covered, and I don't. So anyway, that's my answer.
Cool.
I hope
that's
helps.
A great answer. Yeah, I was thinking the same thing. Try to get them on a Zoom or a phone call.
Yeah, with a specific objective.
Right.
That's the thing. Not hey, let's get on and just talk about what's going on in your life and all this other stuff. And it's like, nah, I'm not interested in having
maybe have an assessment tool, almost like a little checklist. Boom, 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 boom.
Yeah, we'll just sell them on an online live.
I don't do this. I don't do. Oh man, I need to do some.
Yeah.
But
sell them on a
where
live
they can
assessment.
see their weaknesses.
Yes, that's good. Yeah. That's real good.
All right. So, all right. So last one. It is easy to overthink this. I'm doing a giveaway for software that helps nonprofit organizations such as schools and churches do fundraising. Cannot figure out which one of the scripts to use. I'm specifically in need of a headline for a contest page, as well as a script headline for social media. Any help would literally pull me out of the trenches of overthinking this in my head. By the way, Jim, the software is amazing. If this message ever gets directly to Jim, tell him he's changed my life in a very dramatic way.
Well, that's awesome.
Yeah. Thought that was nice.
So I have actually helped people with nonprofit fundraising stuff with funnel scripts and Jim Edwards method. And what people tend to do is they focus on the fundraiser itself rather than the result that somebody gets by contributing money. So but it sounds like you're focused on the fundraiser itself, meaning the fundraising organizations themselves. So you gotta phrase everything in terms of the mission. What you're going to do is help them to accomplish their mission. And so everything is couched within that. So, like if it was disabled American veterans, and you were approaching them, then all the stuff is about how this is going to help them serve more veterans. This is going to allow them to change lives and that kind of stuff. If you are the nonprofit targeting the end run consumer, the person you're trying to get to donate money, you need to focus on the emotional payoffs that they're going to get from actually making a donation, from being a part of the fundraiser. So, and as well as the payoff. So if you're selling, like a guy that I talked to who they help people raise funds by selling coffee. So if your organization wants to raise money, you can do it by private labeling coffee and other stuff from his company. And they take care of all the stuff. So if you can tie the two things together, which we did, I don't remember the exact verbiage, was basically how every coffee lover can make a huge difference in the lives of foster kids. Now think about that. I'm a coffee lover, and I'd love to make a difference in the life of a foster kid. Let me pay attention to this. So that's the kind of hook you want to figure out. What's the payoff that your target audience is looking for? And again, it comes back to the thing we harp on all the time. You're selling what it does, not what it is. And so what does it do? What does donating do for the end run person? What does this do for the organization that's trying to get the donations? I hope that answers the question.
No, that's a great answer. That's a great answer. And that is 4 questions that were asked this week that I thought we could jam into one show. Jim, where can people find more information about you?
It scared me. You can go to copywritingsecrets.com and you can get a free copy of my book. I just ask you pay a small shipping and handling. We're up over 22,000 copies of that book sold since last October. That's pretty cool, right? Yeah. I just had to place a new order. So now I can say we have 30,000 copies in print. So we got books. If you'd like a free one, I'll ask you just pay a small shipping and handling. If you'd like to be part of the #1 best copywriting community on Facebook, go check out the Sales Copywriting Content Marketing Hacks group on Facebook. And of course, you can go to thejimedwardsmethod.com and check out my blog and all the cool stuff that we sell. And you can even join the Jim Edwards Method Premium, which every month you get a brand new training from me, plus access to all my past archives, the vast majority of my software. And you'll see interesting cameos by Stu on occasion as well over there. So that's how you can plug into Jim World.
Yeah, and everything that we talked about too today, from headline scripts to avatar scripts, webinar scripts, wizards, they're all right there. You gotta get some of those and understand how easy it is to make your sales copy and content.
Absolutely.
There you go. And also check out the Facebook page, which you already told them, but I'm going to second.
That's a Facebook group.
Yeah.
That's the Facebook group.
Yeah.
Okay.
Group. Closed group. You have to be invited in.
Well, you have to be allowed in. We don't just let any idiot in, only special idiots.
All right. Number 67 in the can. We're done.
I wasn't in the can. I was at my desk.
Take care, everybody.